Hi sisters! Today I'm going to be showing you how I draw a face. Yeah. It's just a little tutorial since y'all been asking, so yeah. So first you need to do a few guidelines. Just follow what I do because I'm not really too good at explaining. You really just want to plan out where your shapes are going to go first. As you can see, I'm drawing the eyes now, and they're kind of like really small compared to the rest of the face, and they're kind of in the middle of the circle, but more towards the bottom, if that makes any sense. So you're going to draw them. I have a reference picked out, so I'm using that to like give myself an idea of where everything's going to go. Right now I'm going to thicken everything out and add a little bit more detail to the eyes. A lot of people say that using a reference is cheating, but like it's not. It's giving you a base for your anatomy, and I find it really helpful because without a reference, I cannot draw, bro. It's really hard. Like that's me personally, because I know I'm doing a tutorial, but that doesn't mean I'm that much of like a very advanced artist. So as you can see, I've added shading around the pupils to add kind of like a darker look to the rest of her eye. I think it's a nice touch, and I mean, it depends on how you want to draw it, but I chose to do it like that because I think it looks nice. So I'm like changing the shape of the eye a little bit to make them look a little bit sharper, and I'm gonna add shading. Do not pay attention to the nose I've just drawn. I actually dislike it a lot, and I'm going to end up cropping it later. Ew! That's what we do as artists. So anyway, I'm cleaning up the brows because she has eyebrows in the photo, and I guess I'm just doing off of that. The jawline, I find jawlines pretty hard if I don't have something to look at to figure out what exactly I'm doing. And references don't have to be like an exact copy, like of what you want to draw. It can just be something to reference for style, and that's what I normally do. So as you can see, I've moved on to the nose, and I'm doing this little block without shading because I saw another artist doing it, and I was like, wow, that's gorgeous! So I'm mostly going to use crotch hatching for this drawing, and I'll find that looks really nice. I've scrapped the lips a few times, but this is my final attempt at making a good, like, respectable mouth. I hope it does actually look nice. But yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of shading there, and I'm going to kind of like blend it in to add like a shadow to her mouth because that's how shadows go. And I don't really find myself being a big fan of the lips that I drew, but that's alright. I would make them less round, like shaped like that, especially on the bottom, because that's not really how lips are shaped, but that's alright. I'm going to go in with more detail now and darken up some parts to make them look more lip-ish, if that makes any sense. So yeah, okay, I went terribly out of focus there. So yeah, we're going to continue doing that, and I like to add a lot of definition into the lips and make them look darker, because I find that it's a more of a stylized choice. But you know, so I'm going to move on to the neck now, and right now it's looking a bit short, so gotta lengthen that. I'm going to continue to draw the neck. I find that this one looked a bit too thick, and I will fix that a little bit later. But right now we're not going to spend too much time on like the torso and stuff. That'll be more later. So I'm just going to get everything kind of like figured out a little bit. Now when you're drawing hair, what I like to do is make little blocks to show where the hair falls, because I feel as though that makes it easier to map out like what's going to go where. And it also gives more of a structured outcome, and that's what we're looking for here. That's what I'm looking for. It's going to be a bit messy in the end because this is a rough sketch, and that's kind of how I'd like the hair to be styled. Again, stylistic choice. So I'm going to add like little white spots. Like I'm going to shade it darker towards the top and the bottom of the hair pieces. And I'm going to do this with the rest of the hair, as you can see. It's good to know where your light source is, because if you don't know where your light source is, like how are you going to know where to shade? When filming this video, I didn't really realize it because I filmed it like quite a while ago, but she kind of looks like Anya from Mouthwashing, and I'm not I'm not too mad about that. I haven't played the game, but everybody says it's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do the hair now, and it looks kind of dookie right now, but y'all gotta trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Also, I hope the ASMR is ASMRing, because I worked pretty hard to, like, keep it in the video. So now you'll see that I'm going to shade the neck, and this is kind of weird shading. Like, I don't really know what I was going for with this, but, you know, it is what it is. I would recommend more structured shading, and because that would look probably nicer. And I'm going to add a bit of jewelry now. Again, really dookie, but this is just a rough sketch, and when I'm doing rough sketches, I don't really focus on parts that won't be looked at too much, you know? So now when we're doing, like, we're actually going to focus on her shoulders now. Like, what should happen with her shoulders is that it should be, like her shoulders should be the width of 3 of her heads, if that makes sense. As you just saw me demonstrate right there. So now I'm just going to, like, add little wrinkly things. Like, I don't really know what I was doing here, but I was making fabric wrinkles. Because, you know, that's how fabric works. And I don't think they're very accurate. But again, it's alright because this is more of a rough sketch, you know? So I'm going to add more definitions to the hair and more flyaways. I don't really know what style this is. This looks like a wolf or like a shag cut. I don't know. But I think it looks cute. So I'm going to continue adding definition and some final details. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to add little stars and hearts and more stars. And yeah, that's like the final product after some tweaking. I hope this is helpful. Bye, Pookies, and subscribe.
Oh, I forgot to say, just blend all the lines into each other and then add definitions to the ones you want to keep. Like, for example, in the hair up here, I can blend this, right? But if I've decided I blended it too much, I can just take my pencil back and add more strands. And then just do the same thing with everything else on here. I forgot to tell you.
Hi, sisters!